welcome everyone. Welcome to the Goodbye YouTube party. And you will see I have my appropriate party hat that is a happy birthday hat because they don't have a Goodbye YouTube hat at the 100 yen store here in Japan, but close enough. I wanted to have one of those things that you blow on to make the noise. I don't even know what you call them, but they didn't have them at the 100 yen store either. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is a Goodbye YouTube party for some recently deplatformed friends of the Corbett Report. And the big irony of all of this is that I'm still on YouTube, so this is gonna go on YouTube. So in case there are any people lost out there in YouTube land who still rely on YouTube for your news and information, this would be a good reminder not to do that. So we're gonna introduce you, perhaps for the first time, hopefully not, but at any rate, reintroduce you to some people who have left the platform one way or another, and hopefully you will be able to find other non-YouTube ways of finding them. And as many people have pointed out to me recently, this is a good test because I haven't been censored off of YouTube, so clearly I am a shill. But I guess clearly you guys are not shills. So why is the shill having the non-shills on his channel? I don't know how any of this works. Anyway, let's get everybody on board and introduce everyone. And we're gonna go around the table here. So let's start with Derek Bros. Derek, say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on, James.
Introduce yourself and your channel for people who don't know, or your platform, or B-platform.
Yep, so my name is Derek Bros. I've been on James's show quite a bit over the last years. I run the website, theconsciousresistance.com. I've been an independent journalist for the last 10 years, and I currently actually write for The Last American Vagabond, working with Ryan and Whitney Webb. And I've worked with nearly everybody in the independent media, from Ben Swan, obviously James, and old school people who passed on like Jim Mars and others. So yeah, happy to be here. And I have been purged from YouTube in the last few weeks, joining the club.
Let me remind everyone, this is a party. We're not here to be somber and serious. We're here to have fun.
Okay, I'm ready to party.
This is not a sad thing that we're being deplatformed from the controlled enemy weapons information system. That is a sign of success. I have not yet graduated to that level, but hopefully soon. But yes, this is a party. We are not sad about this. This is not a sign we're losing. It is the underlining of the fact that we are winning. So on that note, Josh Sigurdson.
Well, I'm ready for a party. I got my drink here. It's 2 a.m. where I'm reporting from right now, and I just joined the Cool Kids Club, so I'm pretty happy about that. We hope to invite you in shortly, though we do want you to be able to get your message out as much as possible over there, James. But I run World Alternative Media. My name is Josh Sigurdson. I've been going strong for about I guess eight years or so now, and I'm one of the newer guys among many of us, but nonetheless, good 8 years. Doing confrontations, documentaries, reports, and you know, your usual interview style kind of reporting for alternative media, trying to break people free from the chains they revere. So I've spent several years doing that, and I was happy to find out on October 15th of 2020, as if this year wasn't exciting enough, that I got deleted off of YouTube for no known reason. So you know, people say you should fight it. I think it's a sign of the times, because after all, everyone's leaving mainstream media. You got to be outside of mainstream media to make it in the future. That's how I look at it. Hopefully it works out that way.
100% yes, I think so. And yeah, whatever I was going to say was really important, but you just made me forget it. Oh yeah, 8 years. You've been doing this for 8 years, but you're like 16 years old, so you were like, you came out of your womb with
26
in your hand.
26. But hey, you know, this will age me much faster. I'm aging at mega speed, going 18 hours a day at this kind of stuff. But look, people can find me still at BitChute, at Library, at Float.app. I'm really happy to represent all these alternative social media platforms at this point, because you know, we're some of the first, and be the first on board is always a good thing in the long term, and hopefully we'll make a big breakout on there to get this kind of information out to the next person. Not about money at all. It's about reaching people with good information and making it possible to wake people up again from the chains they revere.
Don't worry, Josh, you'll be able to grow a beard one of these decades. Speaking of which, Dan Dix, pressfortruth.ca. Hey, Dan.
Hey. Thanks so much for having me, a part of this lovely party with my like-minded people who have been axed by Alphabet Inc. My name is Dan Dix. If anybody doesn't know me, I run Press for Truth. I launched it back in 2006. So for the last 14 years, I've been producing documentary films and videos that I used to put on YouTube, but now am focusing on all the other decentralized platforms. So let's see. YouTube, 272,000 subscribers, deplatformed. Facebook, 350,000 subscribers, deplatformed. My Twitter account just had 20,000 followers, just got deplatformed. My GoFundMe campaigns have been deplatformed. My MailChimp account has just been terminated. So I'm on the chopping block here, James, and I'm glad to be in such fine such fine company with like-minded people.
Awesome. And there is one more participant in the party today. That's going to be Ryan Christian of The Last American Vagabond. Ryan, hey.
Well, yes, thanks for having me today. I mean, this is definitely, I'm really glad that you opened it up like that, James, because this is definitely like, you know, whether it's just me trying to keep myself on that road or convincing everybody else that this is the truth, we need to see this as a positive way forward. You know what I mean? Like, this is the change. This is actually the thought that I had when I first saw the tweet that somebody else told me my channel had been deleted. I saw it and was like, oh, all right, well, this is the beginning, right? Like, this is the start of what we've always been seeing coming. And it was such a funny thing. It's sort of like everybody else. You know, we've been dealing with this on and off, censorship, videos disappearing, you know, no real process to deal with it all. And I just had my channel removed. I didn't even know. Somebody commented and said, hey, your channel's gone. I came running in to look. No, it was gone. No email, no nothing, no process to it. They just, like, I think most of you just kind of removed it and just moved forward, you know? And not as much as Dan has been talking about, but that's incredible to think about, from email to platforms. I mean, it's so clear how much they fear the people in this show right now, and how much they fear the information, and more so the objectivity of the people in this channel right now. But the LastAmericanVagabond.com is what I founded, the platform, the channel, or excuse me, the website itself. And that broadened out into YouTube and whatever else. And now I'm really happy that, I mean, I even just realized that all the platforms we're using that they listed, you know, Odyssey or Library, BitChute, I'm now getting like a combined more views on these platforms than I ever was on YouTube. And I think that's what people need to see, just branching out of this comfort zone and realizing that in the moment you break away, there's a whole new world out there with all these new things happening. And so that's what we're here to talk about, I guess, is to show people that this is the path forward, and they are drowning in it right now. And I think I've never seen that more obvious, and that's why they're knocking us down left and right and censoring just blatant manipulations on social media. So, you know, check out our, no matter what is going on, go to thelastamericanvagabond.com for my content and the writers that write there, because that's the best place to go for our content, is our respective websites, for sure.
Right.
So thanks for having us today, James.
And writers like Derek Bros, like Whitney Webb. I mean, there's some incredibly important reporting going on there right now. So I hope people are familiar with your website already. But if not, note it down. Please go there. You bring up such an important point that I want to underline. It's exciting what is happening now, because it really does validate everything that we've been talking about all these years. This is what we've been talking about and preparing audiences for. This is not crazy conspiracy fantasy. No, they really do fear this information. And the best way to show the world that you fear what someone has to say is to cut out their tongue. And that's exactly what they're attempting to do here. And honestly, this is the most exciting that the internet has been in a very long time. This is a point I made recently that I want to underline, is that the internet used to be fun and exciting, and you could discover things, and it was this brave new world. I don't want to say that. Final frontier. I don't know. I'm not sure what the words I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. It was an exciting place to go where you could discover new things, and everything was so fresh, and everything was so unique and individual, and all sorts of weird things that you could find. And then it became this corporate, homogenized, bland social media garbage that we've seen in the past decade, where I don't know about anyone else, but I almost dread sort of, I got to look through the news feed today. It's going to be another, horrible, massive garbage. And it's not just the news itself. It's the way that people interact in these spaces. It's just the bland, homogenized garbage corporate outlook of the social media spaces. We have a chance to pioneer a new space. So let's do that. And I think that's the party aspect of what we're doing today. I'll take this off my head for people who can't concentrate with that on it. But let's actually start by Josh. I think you raised this, but let's start going around. What do you think it was, if there was anything in particular that was the thing that dropped the banhammer on you?
Shall I start?
Sure.
So, I mean, I've seen little bits of censorship over the years, and I think the first major example of censorship, though, on YouTube that I saw, because by the way, I've been banned off of Facebook too. I'm one of the cool kids there as well. But one of the major things I saw was back in 2016 during the elections, and we all knew, even though I'm a voluntarist, I don't support either candidate, I don't support, ruling my neighbor. But with that said, election years are big years for purges. It's always been the case. And I remember back in 2016, I interviewed Bill Clinton rape victim Juanita Broderick, and I was one of the first people in 15 years to interview her. I dug her up somewhere on Twitter. She had like 5 followers at the time, and I'm like, you have to come out again. You have to talk. I mean, your story's important. And I interviewed her, and I remember I posted the video, and within a half an hour, I almost flipped out because Trump was...
Okay, I just wanted all to see a little bit of that. This big tech, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they've really been censoring and shutting down speech. So there are these alternatives, BitChute and other ones, and I'm gradually moving myself over to those. It's just like Fox News, they've sold out. It's really gotten to be fairly discouraging, but there are alternatives, so don't be discouraged. And I think Donald Trump will eventually prevail. Now these people here, Corbett report, I'm kind of like them, being a libertarian. I'm not at all. I don't like government very much, no matter who's running it. But Donald Trump is, as long as we got this situation in place, he's going to be so much better, at least somehow stop or slow down a little bit this stampede into socialism. I don't know if it'll last. He's only got 4 years, even if he gets reelected. But anyway, we have to go underground. We have to find alternatives to big tech and to mainstream media so that we can communicate, stay in touch, share ideas that are not going to be censored. Okay, thank you.